welcome back to Making Video Your Business. Today I'm joined by my good friend and, for transparency, client. We work together on a number of projects, Paul Long. Paul is an estate agency owner, owns an estate agent in Sidcup in Kent, but also works extensively in social media and tech, and has worked with us to help us with some of our products around Facebook advertising. Paul, thanks so much.
No problem.
For joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Paul, just for anyone who doesn't know you, can you just give me a bit of background about your your time to date in agency?
I've been an estate agency for probably about the last 25 years, believe it or not. So from the age of about 15, 16, pulled into the family business. So parents had a family business in the southeast of the country, estate agency. Yeah. Age of sort of 15, 16, pulled into the business, leaflet dropping, then pretty much done every single position in that business, from sales, lettings manager, progressing the lot. And probably around about sort of 8 years ago, started obviously getting involved with social media, with the business, Facebook advertising. And got quite frustrated with it, took myself off and made sure I learned as much as I could, both in this country and people outside of the country. And that started working really well for me with Facebook advertising. And all of a sudden got a lot of people reaching out to me, agents that I've known quite a long time, asking if I could help them. And that's where it went. Then the digital agency side really took off, and pretty much all my time was spent with the digital agency side.
How many clients have you got in that agency now? What does that network look like?
Yeah, so we looked at it the other day. We've actually now helped over 2,000 agents in some way or form. So obviously we work with agents both with training them, online training, in-person training, but also we do look after and manage clients as well. So each year we probably work with around about 200-300 agents. And then, as I say, so far since we've started, we looked at it, it's about over 2,000 agents we've helped in some form now.
What's interesting for me we met probably 5-6 years ago, I would think. And at that point, video content was a sort of nice to have. It was as well as my photography, as well as my website, and not only do you sort of recommend it for your clients, but you're also a huge proponent of actually doing video content. Can you talk to me about how you started in visuals and what what your early forays into visual media were?
Video was an early part of our property business, and it was something, as the manager or owner of the business, I took it upon myself to do it, to obviously show everyone that this is what you should be doing, and really hopefully if the leader does it, everyone follows. But it was very difficult to start doing, very uncomfortable. But what I was seeing from outside of the industry and in other countries was, this is what you've got to be doing, so powerful, and mixed in with social media, extremely powerful together. From there, really, it gave me the confidence, with video, as you know, the more you do, just the more comfortable you come with it. And from that's where it grew.
Did it come naturally to you to kind of get in front of a camera?
No, definitely not. And as I say, the only thing I can say is that it doesn't matter how bad or uncomfortable you feel, the more you do it, eventually it does become more comfortable. The ums and the erms do start fading off as you speak longer and more natural. But yeah, no, it was very uncomfortable to start with.
What do you think made it uncomfortable? Do you think it was because I know we've been friends for quite a long time, and you're confident. You're a confident person. You're a salesperson. I've seen you on big stages.
Yeah.
Why was it disconcerting for you to get in front of a lens, I guess?
I think it just comes down, everyone hates their own voice and face on camera, when you look back at it. And I think, I hear our friend Chris Watkins all the time say he never listens to his videos or watches his videos, and I get it, because you're never going to be happy with it. So I think you're your own biggest critic, and I think just hearing your own voice, seeing what you look like on camera is never good.
Why do you think video content's so important for estate and letting agents. You know, it's become very apparent to me over the last 12 months or so as I've been going around the country and asking people, are you doing? Are you making? Are you filming? Are you recording? Are you editing? And the answer is often no. We think we should. We know we should, but we don't. And those who say yes, they say, oh yeah, we film the houses. We film the houses that we're selling.
Yeah.
And that's it. Why do you think video is so important for agency? And what do you think it can do for agents?
Yeah. The biggest thing for me with video is that, vendors, sellers, when they're choosing an agent, one of the biggest things they will look at is, can I work with that person? It's a people's industry, and they're not just looking at the business and thinking, oh, that's the best business to sell my property. They're actually looking at that individual and deciding, can I work with them? Do I relate with them? Have I got things in common? If things go wrong, can I work with them? Are they going to support me? And I just think that is the biggest thing with video. They're getting to see who you are, what you're about, and perhaps relating to you before they've even met you. That's so powerful because, if you walk into a valuation with other agents from other companies and they haven't met that agent or heard that agent or seen that agent ever before, but they've seen you on video over and over again leading up to that valuation and got to know who you are, what you are, even perhaps know if you've got a family or your hobbies or whatever it is, they're going to relate to you so much more. So yeah, in a people's industry, it's just so powerful.
I know that you're employing some quite advanced things in your strategy for visuals at the moment. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Video for me and for the digital agency side, or even my personal branding, is so powerful. First of all, the platforms like Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, whatever social media platform, they want video, and they know that the demand from the consumer is to watch video. So straight away, you put something out on social media that's video, it's going to get preference by those platforms. So video for me is vital. I use it in a number of ways. I record video myself, and that's put out there. But also we do use AI avatars as well, which allows me to create even more content very quickly, mixed into what I'm doing. So I'm not going to say that that's the only type of content is AI based. It is also actual footage as well that I'm recording, and that's important so people get that real human element. But to take it to the next level and be able to create regular content at a very high level, that's mixed in. And the other thing with video, one thing I think a lot of people don't realize is that video, when you start adding Facebook advertising and marketing strategies to it, you can actually build an audience of people who are watching your videos. And I can't stress how important that is, because that's pretty much people raising their hand and saying, look, I'm interested in you, but I want to see more. I want to get to know you more. So we're obviously building audiences of people watching our videos, percentage based. So you can say to Facebook or any of these platforms, if someone watches 50% of my videos, 75% of my videos, give me an audience. And that's all your videos, not just one. And then next time you create another bit of video content, you can say, right, show that video to everyone who's watched all my previous videos. And that's a very simple strategy of staying in front of people who are showing interest in you.
So we have a product called the Property Video Club, which we designed and put together as a way for a lot of those agents who were saying, no, we don't do, or we do, but we don't do anything other than our housing tours, which is basically stuff that's selling to people all the time. And we know that from marketing that you need to be not constantly selling to people, but giving people advice and information. So we pulled together our Property Video Club service. Can you talk to me a bit about that service? Why you think it's so relevant in 2024 and 2025?
Yeah, so the Property Video Club, the videos that are created there came together on the basis that so many agents don't like doing video, or perhaps haven't got the time to do video, or the number of videos they need to be doing. And I get it. It's such a busy industry where you're out, you don't know what you're doing, the next 10 minutes. So the Property Video Club was a solution where video was being created on a regular, consistent basis, branded to the agent's business, and providing content that covered a range of marketing angles, and topics. So as you said, one of them is educational, one of them's topical, seasonal. There's loads of different video topics there, which allows them to be always consistent with their video, always having content available, which they can push out on their social media channels. And consistency is the key thing here with any social media or video content. You've got to be consistent with it. So that offering, the Property Video Club, is a service where that video is there every month. And if you're just doing that, you're going to be in a very powerful position.
I'm a huge advocate for consistency. I think it's the most important thing. I don't think it matters, particularly if you do things poorly, averagely well, or brilliantly. It doesn't really matter. If you just put one video out into the stratosphere, and expect a result, that's not going to happen, is it?
No, and you've just got to remember, a lot of these social media channels are built on consistency as well. So if you're posting 3 videos a week and you do it every single week, you're going to get rewarded for that. The algorithms are going to take note of that. They're going to push out your other bits of content on your social media channels a lot more. But also they're going to learn. Those platforms are going to learn every week who's actually engaging with your content. And next time you put a piece out, it will push it towards people that have perhaps engaged before. So the consistency is important in so many angles.
What do you think are the things for agents to be aware of going forward? What do you think will happen to agents who don't start to think more seriously about their visual strategies?
Yeah, I just think, you only got to look at social media when that first came out, and a lot of agents were on the side of, oh, it's never going to take off, we don't need to be doing it. And look at where we are now. It's the main part of most agents' marketing strategy. But video has to be in there. You cannot ignore it. All the platforms now are video directed. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, they are all built around video now. But I think the biggest thing is the property industry is definitely becoming more about the agents, about those sort of personal brands. And I think video is the way that is portrayed, using video to really give people an idea of what you're about, what your personal brand is about, and allowing the public to make their choices way before actually meeting you has become a norm.
What do you think are 3 things that you would tell people if they were thinking about doing it or thinking about changing how they do it?
First of all, I think the quantity of video puts people off. I think people have this vision that they've got to do video every single day. And I think if they can just commit themselves to 2 or 3 bits of video a week, very short video, I think that's a great place to start, even if it's just one piece a week, just to get something recorded. And then really, the other thing that I often hear from agents is, what content do I actually shoot? And then that they get to that stage and they stop because they just don't know what to do. I would start writing down the questions that you get asked every single day and just record very short question and answer videos based on those questions. As agents, we get asked pretty much the same bunch of questions every week from vendors, landlords, and to us they're very basic, but to the public is what they're actually thinking at that point. Before they choose an agent or move, they've got all these questions that are going around their head as they go through that sort of research phase. And if you can just shoot very quick Q&A style videos, I've just come out of evaluation, this is what I was asked, this is what I said, really powerful content, but it's giving you plenty of content. And then the other option is perhaps to look at recording long form video and actually cutting it up into short form. And I know that's something that you guys do really well. If you perhaps think about doing an interview with a local business owner, or perhaps doing a market update, and those videos might be sort of 3-4 minutes long, but then chopping them up into sort of 30-60 second bite-sized videos. These are things that you can do which will help you get over that sort of a consistency and quantity problems that agents often have.
Paul, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you coming to see us. I wish you continued success, and I wish us both continued success in our endeavours together.
Brilliant. Thanks for having me.
Cheers, mate.